2 atom bombs on Japan, killing hundreds of thousands of Japanese citizens and ending World War II. But despite this devastating attack...
But in some ways, I see that a lot of that patriotic spirit that Japan had kind of died out because of America. I'm not going to say if it's a good or bad thing, but at this point, Konnichiwa minasan, kyo desu. So in today's video, I'm going to be reacting to why Japan does not hate the US. This is bound to be interesting, so without further ado, ikimashou.
45. The United States dropped 2 atom bombs on Japan, killing hundreds of thousands of Japanese citizens and ending World War II. But despite this devastating attack, less than a century later, Japan and the United States have become close political and social allies. In 2011, 85% of Japanese people polled viewed the US favorably. So why doesn't Japan hate the US? One of the big reasons is that at the time of the war, Japan was ruled by Emperor Showa. His policies plunged the country into financial crisis and increased military power. During the Second Sino-Japanese War and World War II, he authorized war crimes and ordered Japanese civilians to commit suicide instead of being captured. This made him a feared and unlikable figure in Japanese history. The end of the war also had a silver lining. Neither Japan nor the US stood any chance of invading each other, meaning that the protracted sea battle was going to continue indefinitely. On top of that, the USSR had also just joined the war against Japan. With the war over, Japan's communist neighbors threatened their existence. But from 1945 to Japan's independence in 1952, the United States occupied and rebuilt the country with a heavy emphasis on growth and stability. They promoted New Deal policies to help the economy, pushed for labor rights and unions, and dismantled existing monopolies and overhauled the education system. They also freely shared technologies, pushing Japan into eventually becoming a manufacturing giant, and introduced democracy and a new constitution, letting the Japanese people hold elections for the first time. Essentially, American involvement in post-war Japan, along with their significant financial support, launched the country into one of the biggest economic recoveries in recent history. Today, Japan has the 5th largest economy and is the 5th largest exporter in the world. The US is Japan's strongest economic partner, and as a result of their intervention, the US has enjoyed consuming Japan's exports, particularly cars and electronics. Additionally, the two countries share a mutual security assistance pact, which essentially says that both countries will militarily defend each other from any foreign attacks. These efforts, in addition to lessened tensions as subsequent generations have shifted their priorities, has led to a close and complementary relationship between the two countries. While the United States and Japan maintain a strong relationship today, China is another.
Very informative. I guess for a lot of people, it would make sense to ask that question, why doesn't Japan hate America because of history, specifically World War II? I believe in America changing the education system of Japan and the economy and the government in general. I think that it's helped Japan in a lot of ways. But in some ways, I see that a lot of that patriotic spirit that Japan had kind of died out because of America. I'm not going to say if it's a good or bad thing, but at this point, I think that it's at least gone to the extreme where it doesn't seem like most Japanese are very patriotic about their country compared to Americans. And of course, as an American, a lot of our products come from Japan, and Japan has been a huge help in giving America a lot of goods and services to boost our economy. And seeing as we have such a strong political and social relationship, it would make sense, because of the benefits that Japan gets from being friends with America, that Japan probably wouldn't hate America. But I will also say it's also into Japan's benefit because of places like China, that, for example, if Japan was at odds with China and America, it probably wouldn't look too good for Japan. But overall, that does kind of make sense why Japan probably doesn't have an animosity towards America. But I do understand that a lot of America's interference did make the Japanese a bit less patriotic than I guess they should be. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Also hit that bell as well to get notified whenever we post a video. Honto arigatou gozaimasu. Minna, 気をつけて。じゃあね。